start to let your eyes rest closed. And then from this place of just letting those eyes rest closed, be nice and heavy, begin to notice your breath. So as we do with everything in practice, try to approach this very first part here without judgment. So self-observation without judgment. That is the theme that we will continue to revisit. So as you notice your breath, begin to just see where it's coming from. Is it in and out of the nose or in and out of the mouth? And then do your best to start to transition the breath so that it is only in and out of the mouth, the nose, not the mouth. And we'll continue to come back here as well. So no matter what happens throughout practice, this is the place we return, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. And then begin to give your breath a bit of a rhythm or a pattern. So your inhale is in for a count of 4. And then exhale out, same exact count. And these even breaths here, in through the nose, out through the nose. Allowing the heart to slow down, the heartbeat to stabilize, the parasympathetic nervous system to begin to activate and turn on. And as you continue to just revisit this breath here, in through your nose, out through your nose, again, visiting this place without judgment of yourself, just coming back. Allow your forehead to broaden. Allow the corners of the mouth to just relax. The shoulders nice and heavy. The elbows also nice and heavy. Let your palms relax. And then again, just going back to that even pattern, in through your nose, out through your nose. And then from these first just few calming, centering breaths, really being inside of your body here. Perhaps begin to set an intention for your practice today. And that can just really be anything you'd like to bring in or even something you'd like to let go of. You're welcome to borrow my intention of self-observation without judgment, if that works for you. And then begin to bring your palms together. Let thumbs rest right at heart center, Anjali Mudra, just sealing in your intention and these first few mindful breaths as we take this one in together, bringing it in through the nose, holding it in. And slow exhale. Nice. When you're ready, go ahead and ease the palms down. And then just start to circle your shoulders around a little bit. Again, if you're sitting up in a chair, you can do this from there, totally fine. But just getting that fluid to kind of move in through the shoulders, awesome. And then go the other way. So yeah, just circling the shoulders around. And then on your next exhale, let the shoulders drop. We'll take a few sun breaths here. So inhale, reach up, stretch up out of the waist. Exhale, thumbs down to the heart, very nice and slow. Good, big inhale. Reach up, sides of the body, nice and long. Exhale, thumbs heart center. Good, and then last one, big inhale. Reach and stretch up. And exhale, thumbs come down. Good, we'll do one more thing seated here. So let's reach up, stretch up, get the sides of the waist nice and long. Bring your left hand to the right knee and the right hand behind you. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, and then exhale, just twist, gently gazing over that shoulder. You can close your eyes here. Again, you can do this from a chair if that's where you've chosen to be. Just breathe all the way down into the waist here. So you may feel not as easily shifting with the breath, but just kind of breathe into it. Energy flowing. Beautiful. And then to come out of this, take a big inhale, reach up, come through center. Exhale, come to the opposite knee, twisting the other way. Again, eyes just softly gazing over that shoulder. You can even close them here if that feels good. Good. Just long, slow exhales to twist a little deeper. Big inhale, sitting up tall, crown of head reaching long. Good. And then a big inhale to come through center, reaching up. Exhale, thumbs back to heart center. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to come to the mat for table pose. So go ahead and transition onto your mat if you're not already there. And we're just going to move through some cat-cow here. So if you have sensitive knees, feel free to pad your knees up with a blanket. But on your inhale, just drop your belly down, lift your heart. And then on your exhale, round the spine. So just moving back and forth between these two shapes at your pace, using your breath. Good, and just let yourself be right here where you are. Good, and just continue to go back into the breath, in and out of the nose. If you find yourself holding your breath or in and out of the mouth, it's all good. Again, self-observation without judgment. We just kind of learn how to witness and observe the body, knowing that ultimately our body is always trying to protect us, right? Even if the outcome isn't helpful, that is just the attempt of what the body is trying to do to support you, protect you, keep you safe. Okay, just a few more of these, breathing in and out of your nose. And then find a nice neutral table. Once you find that neutral table, you're going to reach and stretch your right leg back behind you, flex through the right foot. And just let your eyes gently gaze down at the earth. Good. You can stay here like this, just pressing back through the right heel, or if you want to reach the left arm forward, here's our first little balance trick, you can call it, or whatever. Bicep facing ear, thumb facing the ceiling. So it's all about core. So finding that engagement in the center of the body, you'll find that all balance is about the center of the body, that core engagement. Take one more inhale to reach. Exhale, left hand down, right knee down, and then cat-cow here. So just integrating that first little balance here. Good. And know that wobbling and moving around, totally normal, totally fine. Just kind of go with it. One of my teachers always says, just take it as it comes. And that's what we try to do with everything. Just take it as it comes. And then come to a nice neutral table again, and we'll reach and stretch the left leg back behind you, flex through that left foot. So find that core stability already here. And then if you would like to, totally optional, reach the right arm forward, bicep facing ear, thumb facing ceiling. Good, breathe into the belly. Eyes are looking softly down at the earth. One more inhale, reach. And then slowly take that right hand down, left knee down. And then from here, you can either take some cat-cow again, really warming up the spine. Or if you want to do something different, like circling the hips around, you're welcome to do that. Okay, whatever makes you feel the most integrated. Nice. When you're ready from here, we're just going to stay in hands and knees, but reach that right leg back behind you, flex through the foot, and now step your right foot through between your hands. So do whatever you need to do to get your heel right underneath the knee, and then bring your hands up on top of this right knee. So if you have a sensitive left knee, go ahead and pad that up with a blanket if you'd like to. And then we're just going to rock forward and back here into the front of that left hip. So you can use your inhales to come forward, exhales to back out of it a little bit. Good. And you don't have to make any kind of a big movement here. It is fine. Just warming up the front of the left hip and breathing into it in and out of your nose. Good. And then let's find a neutral place to be here. And then just drop your left hand down and reach your right arm up. So come into a twist. Yes. And if you're at home and it's difficult to find, well, everyone's at home, but if it's difficult to let that left hand just come to the floor, you can always grab a pillow or blanket or something to go up underneath the left hand. But open the chest and the heart over towards the right leg. And then again, breathe. So you can close your eyes at any time just to experience the breath in the body here. So powerful. We notice how when we change shape, the breath also changes. Going back to that even pace. One more inhale to reach, and then slow exhale. Hands come to frame the right foot. We'll stretch the back of the right leg. So wheel your hips back, straighten out the right leg, come onto your right heel. Again, you can always grab blankets or pillows, anything you would like here to go up underneath those hands. Just fold. Notice the back of the neck. So right knee can bend a little bit if you need to bend it. You're still going to get the full benefits, stretching the back of the right leg, the hamstring. Soften. Nice. And one more little exhale to fold. Good. And then bend into the right knee. Bring your hands back to the earth. Plant those palms. Now, you're going to shift your knees back a little bit and then engage your core. So knee down plank, totally fine here. Or if you want to do a regular plank, you just curl those toes under, lift up. Neither one is better. Good. And then from either your knee down plank or your regular plank, you're going to lower down to your belly. Once you get there, your thumbs are right there in line with the chest, tops of the feet are to the earth. Shoulders pull together on the back, and take an inhale to lift your chest and heart. And exhale, let's lower down. We'll warm the spine up just a little bit. So touch forehead to earth. Press palms down. Big inhale lifts you up. You don't have to go anywhere near where I'm going. You can go very, very small off the floor. Exhale, forehead touches down. So just a little bit is fine. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, let's come back into child's pose. So knees wide, big toes touching, or belly laying on the thighs. Just breathe here. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Again, we come into the shape and then notice the breath within the shape. Where can we deepen? And then where can we let go? That is usually the question, is where can we let go? What can we release? And one more inhale here. Big exhale. And when you're ready, let's come back into that table pose. And then you're just going to reach and stretch the left leg back, little baby balance there. Bend the left knee, left foot comes through. Now find your lunge again here. So left knee right over that left heel, okay? And then hands up on top of the left knee. And again, you'll just kind of rock forward and back here, okay? So just find the shape that works best for you. Warming up the front of that right thigh. Layering in the breath. So breath, always, always, always. Good. And then when you're ready, let's come into a neutral place here. This time that right hand will drop down to the floor and the left arm reaches up. Breathe right into that twist. Try to relax your shoulders. And again, you can bring something to support that right hand if you need to. And again, just find your breath. It doesn't matter if your pose looks anything like my pose, if your shape looks anything like mine. Good. Just experience the breath here, opening chest and heart over there towards that left side. One more inhale, reach. Excellent. And then slow exhale, bring those hands down, back your hips up, and then flex through the left foot. So finding that stretch over the left leg. Hands can go right under the shoulders. And again, if they don't just magically touch the floor, bring pillows or something underneath the hands to support you. These are hamstrings. One of the most Googled things is, how do I stretch my hamstrings or open my hamstrings? So here we go. Good. One more slow exhale. And bend into left knee. Hands come to the floor. Good. Let's walk the knees back a little bit. Find that little knee down plank here. So core engaged, belly button pulling towards spine. You can always curl your toes under. Find a regular plank here if that works better for you, not required. Again, navel pulling towards spine, hugging in the ribs. Just knit them together. Lower to your belly. Good. Thumbs in line with chest. Tops of feet to floor. Inhale to your cobra. Just one here. And then exhale back into a child's pose. And let it all go. Forehead touching the floor. Nice deep breaths here, in and out of the nose. Just allowing yourself to be here. Even if your pose, again, looks nothing like mine, that is not the point. The point is to be where you are. And try not to attach to it. It will change, it will shift. So if we don't attach, we may as well not judge, right? And then when you're ready, let's come back into table pose. You're either gonna stay here in table, or you're gonna come back into a downward facing dog by curling the toes under. So if table pose today is more comfortable for you, just stay in table, totally fine. Keep your head between your arm bones. Nice deep breaths here. And this next thing we're gonna do either from table or from downward facing dog. Either one is fine. You're gonna reach your right leg back behind you, bend the knee, open the hip. Okay, so left knee up or down, doesn't matter. Right hip nice and open, breath nice and full. And then from either table or your down dog, your right foot will step through between the hands. So if you have the left knee down, curl your left toe under, lift the left knee off the floor. Hands are gonna frame the right foot, okay? Engage those legs. So this is a balance pose here. You're gonna inhale up, bring your hands on your hips. Now, if you get up here and you're like, I really would like to lower my left knee, that's fine. Just do that. Either keep your hands here on your hips, or you can inhale, reach those arms up. Relax your shoulders, your face, your jaw. Pull the outer right hip back. Either left knee down, or if your left knee is up, press back through the left heel. Good, nice deep breaths here. And then let's bring the hands down to the floor, press into your right foot, step your left foot up to meet it. So if your left knee was down, just go ahead and find a forward fold here, front side of the mat. Get your head below your heart. Lengthen out the back of the neck. Slow the breath down. Now, if you feel this happening, your stretching happening in your low back instead of your hamstrings, bend your knees and widen your feet. Couple more breaths here. Good. Use an inhale to lengthen your torso. And exhale to fold. Good. Let's go ahead, press into the feet. Inhale, let's stand all the way up. You can reach up, look up, and stretch up. And then exhale, thumbs come right down to your heart. Beautiful. From here, inhale, reaching up and looking up. And then exhale, hinge from your hips as you fold, coming all the way down nice and slowly. Crown of head resting towards the earth. Good. Inhale, torso lengthens. Exhale to fold. Plant your palms, bend your knees. Now you're either going to walk back to a regular plank, or you can drop those knees down. Take a knee down plank, just a little core engagement here. And then lower to your belly. Palms down. Inhale to your cobra. And exhale back into child's pose. So let yourself kind of go where you left off. Notice something actually happening here. The texture below your palms, temperature of air outside of your nose. Nice deep breaths, just letting yourself relax and unwind as best as you can. Don't worry about doing it right. Just let everything slow down. Just be right where you are. Nice. And then when you're ready, either come to table pose where you're going to stay here and maybe do some cat-cow, or you can come back into a down dog. 5 breaths, either table or down dog. If you're in table again, you can just move through cat-cow if you feel like you want a little movement. In your down dog, everybody really stretch the chest and the heart. And know that nothing is permanent here. That's what our practice is really here to remind us of. Good. Some days we come to the mat and the body is very cooperative, and some days not. When you're ready from here, reach and stretch your left leg back behind you. Bend the knee, open the hip, pull the outer right hip back. If you're in table, same thing. The left knee will lift high, left hip will open. If you're in the down dog, bend the right knee, little bitty pulling back of that hip crease. Awesome. And when you're ready, go ahead and from table or down dog, you're going to step your left foot through. Now you're welcome to just go ahead and lower the right knee, especially if you had it lowered on the first side, or your feet are going to be hip width. Again, you're going to engage the legs. You can come straight to bringing your hands up on your hips, finding your stance here. Or if you would like to reach and stretch those arms up, you can go right for that. Good. So if right knee is down, really just focus on pulling the outer left hip back. If your right knee is up off the floor, keep that back of the right heel stretching back behind you. Outer left hip pulling back. Feel all that engagement in between the thighs, no matter what you're doing here. One more inhale, reach. And slow exhale, hands come down to frame that left foot. And then again, we're gonna just step forward and fold. Bend your knees if you need to. You can also take the feet wider and wider. Bend your knees, widen your feet. Anything you need to do here to get the hamstrings to stretch. So just naturally lengthen. Good. Full deep breaths. Good. And when you're ready, inhale, torso lengthens. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet. Inhale to stand, reaching up, looking up. And exhale, thumbs come right down to your heart. Just close your eyes for a moment. Thumbs to the heart. Nice deep breaths. Good. And then go ahead and take a turn here. I'm just going to turn to face the camera. Take a big wide step out here. So big wide step on your mat. We're going to do a few wide-legged poses. So turn your right heel or your right foot towards the right heel in line with left arch or heels in one line. Big inhale, sweep the arms out, and then exhale, bend into the right knee. Warrior 2. So eyes are looking nice and gently right out over right middle finger. Good. And then from here, bring your right forearm to your right thigh. Left arm stretches up and over, side angle pose. Try to widen your right knee right over toes 2 and 3. Keep expanding your breath into the shape. Just a couple more here. Nice. And then keep your legs really strong. Inhale, stand. Bring hands to hips or waist, straighten right leg, turn the toes. Let's turn your left foot towards the left. Check it out. Left heel to right arch or heels in one line. Big inhale, arms stretch out, and then big exhale, sit down into the left knee, warrior two, just a couple breaths here to get the shape, to breathe. Widen out that left knee. And then slowly, left forearm, left thigh, right arm sweeps up and over. Big opening through right side body. And just expand right there. Awesome. Just two more breaths. Just hang with it if you can. Make sure your jaw, your face is unclenched as best as you can. I know it's a lot. Good. And then a big inhale, warrior two. Hands to hips or waist, straighten out. Left leg, turn the toes. We're going to do a wide-legged forward fold here. So outer edges of feet parallel with outer edges of mat. Inhale, chest and heart lifts. Exhale, fold here. So with your fold, you can bring those hands to the floor. You can bring your hands to your feet. Just get those heads below the heart. You can bend your knees as much as you need to here, just an inversion. So anytime we invert, which is essentially this, right? We are making the heart just slow down. It has to slow down to pump the blood more efficiently. When our heart is slower, we have more access to parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. Good. And when you're ready, let's press into those feet. Use an inhale to come up nice and slow. Good. Big exhale at the top. And then if you want to, heel toe feet a little closer together. We're just going to give the hips some nice circling here. So just take a moment to get those hips to circle, to open. Awesome. And then let's reverse, move the circle in the other direction. Just check back in with breath. Come back into a nice neutral wide-legged stance. We're going to move to triangle. So go ahead and slightly pigeon toe in that left foot. Turn your right foot towards the right again. Check out heel to arch or heel to heel. Okay. Right leg will stay straight, but don't lock it out. So make sure you can bend the knee a little bit. Big inhale, sweep the arms out, and then exhale, triangle. So bring that right hand. You can keep it up here on your thigh and then just reach the left arm. That's fine. Just check in with right knee. You can lower it to your shin, or if you can reach the floor, your foot, go for it. Again, always know that one is not better than the other. Reach and look up towards the ceiling. Nice deep breaths. In and out of the nose. Good. Perfect, you guys. You're going to look down at the floor at that right foot. Bend into the right knee to inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to hips or waist. Go ahead, turn the right foot. You're going to turn your left foot. Glance at the right foot, make sure it's slightly pigeon-toed in. Left heel to right arch or heels in one line. Big inhale, arms sweep out. Again, you can make sure the left knee can bend as you go here. Bring the left hand to either thigh, shin, or foot or floor. Good. And open up, stretch up. So just meet your body where it is today. A number of years ago, I tore my left hamstring warming up for a yoga photo shoot. That's why I think yoga photos are dangerous. So for a long time, my hand was on my thigh in this pose. It's taken a long time. So just meet yourself where you are. Good. When you're ready, look down at the floor at the left foot. A little bend in the left knee to inhale your way up. Awesome. Hands to hips or waist. Exhale. Turn the feet. Good. We're going to do one more standing pose here that involves some balance. So go ahead, heel toe your feet back closer together, or you can just step them together. You don't have to be fancy if you don't feel like it. Go ahead, press into your left foot, come to the ball of your right. So this might be it for you. Just A couple of times lift and lower. Notice the core here. Notice how much support you can give your whole body by engaging your core. So maybe this is your tree. Just bring that heel to the inside of the leg. And again, open up the knee towards the right side. You can bring your foot onto the calf muscle. You can also grab your ankle. Don't watch me, whatever you do. Bring your foot to your thigh, okay? So find your tree pose today, okay? And then notice your breath around the shape. Okay, let go of any idea that one version or variation of this is better. If you want to play with your balance, you can reach those arms up again. Go back to core. Go back to the center of the body always. And one more inhale. And then with your exhale, hands come down. Bring the right foot down. Close your eyes. Notice that like urge to move and shift, and just try to be still. Just try to breathe. Awesome. Let's bring the hands back to hips or waist. You're going to press into that right foot, and now again, lift and lower, left. Good. Just practicing, just warming up. It's all a practice, right? And then tree pose this side. So maybe heel to inside of leg, maybe foot to calf muscle. And then again, maybe you reach down, grab the ankle, place the foot on that thigh. Find your shape here on this side. You can bring hands to heart center if that works. Balance is a little easier sometimes with the hands on the hips. Feel how everything kind of pulling in towards one another. That core engagement really helps. You can always reach those arms up if you want to. Try not to grip the floor with those right toes if you can. One more inhale. And then hands to the heart. Step that left foot down, eyes closed. Just try to be as still as possible. That's the challenge. Nice. Good. And then just ease your palms down. Let's walk back to the top of your mat. Take a big inhale to reach up and look up. And then a slow exhale to fold down over the legs. Inhale, chest and heart lifts. And exhale, fold. Come back to the floor. You're going to bend your knees and then either walk back to a regular plank or just drop your knees down. Take a knee down plank. Just pull the navel towards the spine and breathe. And slow exhale down to your belly. Inhale into your back bend. And then let's exhale back into a child's pose. Good. Forehead to the earth. Nice deep breaths. Notice the contrast between the last time we were here and now. The contrast could be in the breath. Contrast could be in your body temperature, any of those things. Anything you can just observe that's a little different. Or maybe even notice something you didn't before, like the feeling of the tops of the feet into the mat. Nice. And then when you're ready, let's come back up to your table pose. And we're going to step the left foot through between the hands. We're going to do a knee down warrior. So you can turn and bring your right heel behind the right knee. So kneeling warrior here, okay? So go ahead and set it up. You may want to pat up that right knee, even if it wasn't sensitive before. Yeah, one of my students calls this a Captain Morgan's pose. So come into it, inhale, arms reach out, and then you're going to bring that forearm onto your thigh. Right arm reaches up. So we've kind of done this before, but this is just a little bit of a way to get deeper into that left hip, the inner groin area. You can stay up here like this, or if you want to bring that left hand to the floor and just use your elbow to press the knee back, you can. But if your right hip starts kind of careening down towards the earth, then back out. Where's the breath? Keep on bringing it back in as best as you can. Good. And then a big Inhale brings you up here to center. Awesome. Exhale, go ahead and bring that right hand to the floor. Now bring your left hand on top of the hip and then just turn it open. So this is great here. This is perfect. If you want to just stay here, you can do that. You can also reach and stretch the left arm up, okay? If you want to play around with your balance a little bit, you're going to flex through the left foot, lift up that foot. Another little fun balance thing here, totally not required. Keep that left foot down if you're not feeling it. You can bend the left knee, grab the top of the foot, and then open up here. So you have to engage the core, but you also have to allow it to open. So it can be a little tricky. Okay, so keep that left foot down. If any of this sounds extremely unappealing, I promise it's fine. If you have your foot, use an inhale to release it. Everybody, let's come back here, meet everyone who is here, and then let's inhale to come all the way up. Good. Exhale, bring your hands down and out in front of you. Okay, so keep your torso really nice and long. Bring your left hand to the floor underneath your nose. Reach and stretch that right arm up. Perfect. And then start to bring that right shoulder to the earth here, okay? And then do whatever you want with the left hand. So you can bring it out in front of your face and kind of use it to pull the right shoulder under even more. Whatever you do, you can always wrap that left arm around. That will challenge the balance for some of you. This pose can actually be very challenging on the balance, but you may not experience that challenge until I tell you about it. Good. Just breathe here wherever you are. And then take your left hand down to support you. Bring your right hand to the floor. Now, we're gonna just bring that left knee down. So a little in between place here. Cat cow a little bit. Good. So get the spine moving. The breath flowing in case it stopped. Nice. And then we're simply, just use your hands here if you need to. You're gonna bring that right foot out here to come up into this kneeling warrior shape. Okay, so find, again, what works best for you. Big inhale, sweep those arms out, and then exhale, right elbow to the right thigh. Left arm sweeps up and over. So more than likely, just do what you did on that very first side. So if you dropped the hand down to the earth, go ahead and do that. Be mindful of the shoulders, especially the left shoulder that kind of wants to creep up there in the ear. Those shoulders are always trying to get involved. Whatever you do, just breathe into it as best as you can. Awesome. Good, and then when you're ready, nice big inhale, comes all the way up. Exhale, left hand to the floor, and then again, comes to the inside edge of the foot. Just come here first. So this is like a little variation of a side plank, okay? Stay just like this, or you can reach the arm up. Okay, if you want to, you can start to flex through that right foot, lift the right foot up. And then last little thing here, if you just want to play, you can grab the top of the foot and then open up here. Good, whatever you do, breath is nice and full. Awesome. One more inhale to open, and then exhale, gently release if you have the foot. And then let's meet everyone that's still so strong, still here. Reach that arm up and let's inhale to come up. Whew. Exhale, slowly take those hands down out in front of you. We're gonna do a twist and a balance. Bring your right hand to the earth. Reach and stretch that left arm up. Exhale, left shoulder comes down. So come back into that thread the needle shape. Bring that right hand wherever you did it on the other side. So again, you can always loop it around onto opposite hip. Breath again. Just go back to it. And I always say it's a yoga practice. We can do this anytime. So I often, in my daily life, when I'm not doing anything that has anything to do with yoga, I'm just checking back in with my breath. Am I breathing in and out of my nose, or have I slipped into a shallow mouth breath? Right? And at different times, our body is always receiving information. And it interprets the way that it can with that information. Good, nice exhale. Bring your right hand to the floor to support yourself. Left hand, then bring those knees down. Let's just do a little cat-cow here, integrating everything we just did. Good. And then just make your way to lay down on your back. I'm gonna just check my little clock here. Perfect. Let's come all the way down to just lay down on your back. We're gonna do one little belly down or back down, back bend here. So we'll do one bridge pose. So feet are hip width, knees are hip width, hands come down beside your hips, and then don't turn your head or your neck once you come into this. Press your feet down, lift those hips up. You can keep your hands right where they are. You can grab outer edges of your mat. You can walk those hands underneath you, shoulders underneath you. 5 breaths from here. So try to get the breath all the way down into that lowest belly. Find that beautiful, expansive place. Good. 2 more breaths here. Don't worry about doing it perfect or even doing it right. Is there really such a thing? Good. If your hands are bound, gently release them. Everyone bring your hips down to touch the floor. Bring the soles of the feet together. The knees open up. Supta Baddha Konasana. Take some nice deep breaths here. Good. Just reclining. Letting your body become acquainted with the earth. The spine become acquainted with the earth. The breath settling into an easy rhythm here. Good. And then when you feel ready, let's bring those knees to hug into the chest. You can find some gentle movement, or you can just totally relax in the center. You can just pull your thighs in, let the body lengthen out on the floor. Just find what works best for you. Softening as you go. Good. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead, bring the arms to a T or to a cactus. Keep your palms facing open towards the ceiling. And then you're going to let your knees rock over to the right. And you can look towards the left. So find a knee down twist. Now, if this twist doesn't feel good, totally fine. Just find a different twist that works better for your body. And look away from those knees. Start to let your exhales be just a bit longer than the inhales. And just soften. Good. And wherever you are, just find some little place here where you can just release a bit more. Maybe it's to make your knees a bit heavier. Maybe that left shoulder can be a little heavier. Just anything. Good. Let's bring our head to center first. Then the knees come. You can give yourself a little squeeze here if you would like. And then let's bring the arms back to T or cactus if they're not already there. Knees over to the other side, looking away from the knees, opposite shoulder. Nice and heavy. And if this twist again just doesn't work for you today, it's fine. You can do something a little different. If nothing works, it's fine. It is just about breathing, being in the body, being right where you are. And that trust that the body wants to protect you, nature is supporting you always. Just that deep inner knowing. When we can surrender this way, when we can just focus on breathing, we allow all of the wonderful things to happen for us so we don't have to try so hard. Couple more breaths here. Good. When you're ready, let's inhale those knees all the way back in. Give them a nice little hug. Do any other little movements that you want to do here. Circling knees, like a happy baby here if you want to do that. If you're like, what's a happy baby? Then just don't even worry about it today. Just any movements you want to take before we begin to move into Shavasana, which is the relaxation portion of practice. So for your Shavasana, you're welcome to lie flat on the floor if that's comfortable for you. You can also go back up and sit in a chair or on the sofa, just like we did when we first started practice. Just want your body to be comfortable. So if lying flat on the floor is not comfortable, you're not alone. And just find something that's more comfortable, chair, couch, or you can bring a pillow or a couple pillows underneath those bent knees. And then find your place to just breathe, beginning to once more bring your awareness to the breath as you inhale, just feeling it come in through the nose. As you exhale, just feeling it go out through the nose. Finding that even rhythm here again, in for 4, out for 4. Stabilizing the heart. Reminding the body that you're in a safe place, that you can relax, you are protected and safe. You can let go and allow. And then moving your awareness, you can always go back to the breath at any time, but moving your awareness down to the toes. Seeing if you can feel that energy of attention, your energy of attention just there around the toes. And maybe experience that as a warmth, a tingling there, and allow that energy, attention, love to move into the soles of the feet. You feel a warming there in the soles of the feet, letting that just drip down into the heels, letting your heels just gently drop down, the toes flop open. Tops of the feet, again, receiving that energy, warmth, attention. Feet completely relaxed. Moving to the ankles and letting the ankles, tops of the ankles, backs of the ankles rest gently here into the earth. Moving to the calf muscles, feeling that gentle letting go, the gentle releasing here of the calf muscles. Letting go of any holding, conscious or unconscious. Moving to the shins, the shin bones, the awareness of those bones there in the legs. Allowing them just to soften and let go. Coming to the knees, the tops of the knees, the kneecaps, encircling, encasing the knees in all that warmth. Letting that spread and drift to the backs of the knees. Easy, calm, safe and protected. Coming to the upper thighs, the hamstrings. We might have visited those today a bit. Just tell them it's okay to release all engagement, to be nice and heavy here on the earth, to let go of all of the protection. This is why they often get tight. The hamstrings are big in the protection of the body. So tell the hamstrings to relax. It is okay. You're safe. Come to the upper thigh bones and just let them be nice and heavy, as if they could almost just fall right through the earth. Your upper thigh bones, moving to the quadriceps now. Those muscles at the tops of the thighs, just releasing again any holding, conscious or unconscious. Legs relaxed. Moving from the legs now to the hip bones. Just noticing the bones there in the hips, letting them just fall. The pelvis completely relaxed, feeling as you relax the pelvis, the low back, the sacrum, just easing its way to the earth. Again, that supportive element of nature just holding you here. That belly rising and falling freely, the diaphragm extending all the way down into the belly. Feeling that nourishment of the breath coming all the way into your body. Moving to the belly button, feeling it gently rise and fall. From the belly button around to the middle of the back as you bring your awareness and that energy attention to the middle back, allowing it again to soften onto the earth, to be held, letting go of all the doing. As you continue to let go of the doing, knowing it is a process, allow your awareness to come to the backs of the ribs, and perhaps you feel the ribs just gently and subtly expanding with the inhale, falling with the exhale. The middle back, the upper back, the shoulders on the earth. Again, perhaps feeling that natural expansion that happens when we bring that deeper breath into the body. That natural and gentle falling in. Moving your awareness to the ribs on the front body, that beautiful lifting, the expanding of the chest and heart with the inhale. Natural falling in with the exhale. Good. Just breathing here, feeling your collarbone lifting. Falling again, knowing nature is supporting you. Moving to your fingertips, the palms. If they're not already facing open, just go ahead and turn those palms to face the ceiling. Just a subtle act of surrender and also receiving, giving nature a signal that you are open to let go and receive at the same time. The awareness, warmth into the palms of the hands, letting that just gently spread into the wrists, the forearms. The elbow is nice and heavy. Upper arm bones nice and heavy. Everything flowing as it should. Coming up into the throat, feeling the air flow across the throat in and out of the nose. Moving to the jaw, letting your teeth separate, the tongue just be nice and heavy in the mouth. Moving up to the nose, once more feeling the flow of air here. Natural. The eyes resting back into the head. The forehead just melts and broadens even more here. That awareness, energy, attention now up to the very top of your head, the crown of your head. As you bring your awareness there, you may feel that warming sensation, that love and awareness healing over the entire body from the top of the head, spreading over the face, fingers, the torso, hips, legs, the feet. Again, open to release and receive at the same time, letting go of the doing and allowing yourself to just be. Keeping that energy of being with you. Bring in a big inhale and hold the breath in. Open your mouth, exhale. From that place, that exhalation and release, begin to wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Gently reach, stretch the arms up, stretch through arms and legs. Begin to bend the knees, hug the knees into the chest. Again, just hugging yourself in this warm embrace. Doing your best to keep your eyes resting closed, staying inside of your practice, inside of this beautiful energy you created for yourself today. And then roll to your favorite side. Pause there for a moment. Breath returning. From your side, make your way all the way up to a comfortable seat, similar to or the same as the seat that you took in the very beginning of practice. Eyes closed, breath full. Bringing your palms together, letting thumbs rest right at heart center. My favorite quote, if you've ever taken my yoga class, the highest form of spiritual practice is self-observation without judgment. May we be free, happy, peaceful, and full of love today. Taking in a big inhale, hold that in, and exhale. Jai Bhagwan, namaste. Thank you guys for your lovely, lovely presence today. It was amazing to have all of you.